welcome to another episode of our Facebook Live. Um, my name is Maria Mejia.
And I'm David Pataki. I'm so glad to be back with everyone this week. Last week I was a little bit under the weather, so Maria and Alicia took over. That was fantastic. They did a fantastic job. And can I say fantastic any more times? That's the key here.
So you say I'm fantastic with a few other adjectives, describe me. I'm fantastic. Anyways, so we kind of switched things around a little bit. So we were supposed to talk about lean canvases last week. So instead we're going to talk about this week because David is, I think, to me at least, he's the expert of these kind of things. And so, David, what is a lean canvas? This is kind of something I just recently learned about in the last year or two of doing businesses. So what is it?
Well, you know what? We've always talked about the business plan. You should have something down in writing, and we talk about all 14, 18, 100-page business plans. Well, what this is a very, very simplified version of a business plan, but not necessarily for the business itself. It's for if you want to do something specific, if you want to introduce a new product, or if you want to go after a new target market, or something to that effect. So what a lean canvas is, it's actually a piece of paper here. We're going to post this later for you to see, but there's these different sections here. And essentially in the first section there, you're going to have put the challenge. What is the challenge that you're facing right now? Let's say that you want to get more customers. That's your challenge. More customers, more revenue. So that's what you write down there. You make it black and white. Those are my challenges. And then you go, okay, so what are the possible solutions for that? What are the things that I can do to make this challenge happen, right? And then you have to know, well, what do I need? We talk about the KPIs or your financial success matrix. So what's interesting is a little history here. So this is from a program I've had for a number of years now from my Business Builder Pro series. So that's what this logo is all about here. But anyways, so I've now refined it to the financial success matrix. But the key matrices that you need to be following, because if you're not measuring what you're trying to do here, you cannot improve on it. And then what is your unique selling proposition? What makes you different than everybody else? That goes down the middle section here. So you've got the problem, you've got your possible solutions, how are you going to measure it, and what makes you different than everybody else, right? And what is your competitive advantage? Again, similar to that. And then what channels are you going to use to get that information out? And then your target market. So you start filling all this information out, and then down here, it's what are the costs for it, and what are the potential revenue opportunities in this section. So if you spend an hour or so filling out these different sections, you then start figuring out strategies. Well, first of all, with the costs here, you might realize that, well, I want to do billboards and radio ads, and you find out the costs are going to be, $150,000. Then you go, okay, well, and your revenue opportunities is only $100,000, then that doesn't make a lot of sense. So this kind of outlines at a high level the problem and how you're going to fix it, target market, all that stuff on one piece of paper so that you can share it, look at it, and make a plan from it. In a nutshell, that is what a lean canvas is all about.
It's very detailed, and like you said, we'll have a link to the PDF of the lean canvas, so you can kind of get a better view of what it is, and because there's a bunch of there's headers and then some little subtext there to help you get those juices flowing. The way that I've kind of seen it is it's a miniature business plan. So like most business owners know, you can get that that 10-page, that 100-page business plan. And that's for your business as a whole. And obviously you can use a lean canvas for your business as a whole when you are just starting up. But it's to help you refine any product or service that you're planning on integrating in with your businesses. And we've talked about joint ventures, upsell and cross-sell and things like that. And so before you decide to be like, okay, I'm just gonna bundle all these things together and just throw it out in the market and hope that it works. If you write it all down on a lean canvas, if you plan it out, you will be much more successful in integrating that product in your business. It won't be like, I hope it works. You'll have the facts, you'll have the data there to let you know that, okay, this is going to work for my business.
Precisely, Maria, and that's the main thing there is not only to have it written down, welcome to the 5% club, but the point is that it's easy to figure out whether or not what you want to do is going to work. Because at the bottom, if you remember, we've got costs associated for making that happen, plus potential revenue. So if that makes sense, then you've sort of started your game plan. You know what your challenge is, you know what the solutions could be, and you know what your unique selling proposition is. We're going to up that to your market dominating position that we could talk about when you work with us in the coaching capacity. That's what we help you develop, is what makes you different than everybody else. And it isn't just, great customer service. It is something that stands you head and shoulders above everybody else. And once you've got that figured out, in the target market, again, like Maria said, it's just on one piece of paper. You're going to look at it. Is it viable? Can we make it work? Yes, no, and then move it forward if that's the case.
So there's 9 different sections, I believe, on this, the planning tool. Is there a certain section that's like important that we should start with, or can you just really start at any one and build out from there?
Well, you should start with the challenges, right? I mean, you want to know what the issue is or what it is that you want to solve, right? I think if you just follow it, sort of clockwise, it would be good. You do the challenges, though you might want to step to a competitive advantage, a unique proposition, and then from there come up with possible solutions. But you definitely, like, every part of this is important. And if you don't fill it out, then you're missing a key step that could make it way more difficult for you to make it happen.
Awesome. That answers a lot of my questions there.
It's pretty simple. The thing is, it's called a lean. So lean, obviously, not watered down, but simplified. It may seem like it's simplified, but it takes a lot of thinking to figure this out. Right? So, for example, let's use our lawn maintenance people.
Yep.
So they want more customers, right? More customers, more revenues. That goes into our challenges. So what are the possible solutions?
Grass cutting, obviously. The trimming, the hedging, weeding, seeding, maybe taking up lawns. I don't know if that's called something, but...
Well, but as far as getting more customers, more revenue.
Getting more customers you're talking about.
And more,
challenges there?
No, not challenge. That's
sorry.
the challenge.
That's
the problem, what are our possible solutions?
Okay.
So we could have everybody knock on, they go, cut the grass on one neighbor's, they walk over, knock on the door on one side, they go to the other side, knock the door on the other side. That's one possible solution. Then you've got Facebook advertisement, you've got AdWords advertisement, you've got newspaper, you've got direct mail. Those are the potential solutions to that, right? And also the potential channels that you will use to get that. So then you want to go, okay, what are the key matrices? Well, if we're going door to door, we want to know how many doors you've gone to and how many have converted into clients, right? So those are things that you would measure there. And what makes you different? So what these two things, the competitive advantage, unique value proposition, that's how you're going to gain, be able to convert people from prospects into a client. And the better you figure this out and articulate it, the easier it will be to convert people from prospects into customers. And then to figure out who the target market is. You don't want to go into a neighborhood that has a whole bunch of apartment buildings and so on, or rental units, because they don't really worry about cutting their grass. If you really want to be getting more revenue, you want to be looking at the higher income areas, and typically you can tell that by the bigger homes, the bigger properties. So start figuring that out, where they're located, their income level, the types of jobs that they have, that's the type of stuff for the target market. And then the cost. Well, if we're going to do direct mail, there's printing costs, there's mail costs, there's design costs. If they're, door to door, knocking on the door, very little cost to that, right? And what are the revenue opportunities? Well, if I gain, 10 new clients, that's now going to bring in, let's say, $2,000 a month over the season. That is
It's pretty good.
not bad. I mean, let's say it's 5 month season, that's 10 grand. And let's say it's going to cost you $2,000 to get that because you can do some direct mail. Well, $2,000 investment to get a $10,000 return is not a bad investment.
It's a pretty good investment. Well,
So there you go.
awesome.
Pretty simple, straight to the point. But you know what? If you have any questions or whatever, again, feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to either reach out to you directly to answer your question or answer it in a next Facebook Live. But actually, we are going to put the PDF, but I also have an explanation of that PDF as well. So I will put that together and we will put it into the a link for you guys to download.
To download and read. And yeah, like David said, if you have any questions on anything that you read or hear, send us a message either directly through Facebook or through our website. You can contact us via email there, and we'd love to answer your questions. And as always, make sure you share this information with any business owners or friends that you might know who might be interested in these kind of tips, because we love helping everybody as much as we can.
Exactly, and look forward to our workshops. I've got a couple more business workshops coming up, and Marie has a couple tax workshops coming up. Please check the Facebook feed for those. They're all at no cost because we want to give back to the community and to the business community and just the community in general, because Maria has a personal tax workshop and a business tax workshop, so we're trying to help as many people as we can.
Yep, so we will hopefully see you there, either at a workshop or another Facebook Live. Like, share, subscribe on all of our social medias, and we will see you next time live.
All right, until next time.